What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay,
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
and man, we got on field, off field, all kinds of exciting things taking place now. It don't matter if you're in the playoffs or out of the playoffs. There's stuff going on. It is right there to keep your entertainment. The NFL really knows how to keep people locked in, even when you shouldn't care.
Like that.
Wild Card Weekend
That
was
soap opera.
probably the best set of playoff games I've seen in a long
They
time.
were
Of just
really-
wild card.
Oh.
Usually, wild card is like one good game, and then the rest of them are a bunch of blowouts, and you just wait until the next week.
Monday probably was the least of the.
Yeah.
Started out,
All right.
yeah, but then it
yeah.
just got out of
And
hand.
then it just went to hell.
It's just, yeah.
And
The Chargers
thus,
pretty bad.
that brings us to one of the most exciting things that happened. Was it this morning or yesterday?
What is
Yesterday.
Yesterday, Mike Tomlin decided he didn't want to coach no more. Originally, it was reported like they kind of were fired, and then they realized, he didn't even really quit. He just stepped away from football. The Steelers still have 2 years on his deal, so anybody that would want him needs to trade. And I don't think you phrase it like I'm leaving football if you're planning on coaching.
Do you think it's more about family, or do you think it's about reflection?
Both.
You think
I think it's also 20 years, and let's be real. He did all that stuff even though you blame ownership and all that. He didn't have a quarterback for the last
I mean,
seven.
once Ben's shoulder was gone, he
Yeah.
hasn't had a quarterback
Yeah.
since.
And then they never try to get him a line. They just, the fact that Ben was big and was really tough, they didn't need a line.
Their line is
so
always
even when
terrible.
remember they had years they went through all their backups and
Yeah.
came right back to Ben. I mean,
Yeah.
because they couldn't protect their quarterbacks. They've
Yeah.
never been able to protect their quarterbacks.
And like they said, sometimes the same
Rhetoric.
the rhetoric and philosophy. Sometimes you need
So.
a new voice.
Yeah.
Just like in Baltimore.
I mean, he
what
was
happened
a young guy when he became a coach, so this might be more what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Is this what?
Bishotti said it will offer him the head coaching job in Baltimore if John takes the head coaching job in Pittsburgh.
That'd be the craziest.
That
one.
That
would
would
be
be
the
crazy.
wildest thing.
And they get all
And
the
they
way
both go back for championship runs and
But John ain't taking that without no quarterback.
nah.
So
Which
Mhm.
yeah. But that's crazy. 20 year and 19.
19, but they
I'll give him 20. 2 decades of success. I mean, it hasn't always been Super Bowls, but he got a Super Bowl and he's never lost.
They lost the Super Bowl.
He went
They
to.
lost. So I meant
Yeah.
lost at
Okay.
least. He's never just had a wow, that season sucked.
No.
It sucks for Steelers standards.
Even their
Mhm.
worst years, I'm like, they about to win the last 3 games, and I
And make the playoffs,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've said it. I'm like, and even if they don't make the playoffs, they're so close.
Yeah.
That
They were always competing, even if it was a first round exit. They always competed.
You knew you couldn't just walk through that game.
no,
Mhm.
you gonna have to play. So yeah, I mean,
We'll see whether this is the last we've seen of him or if
I think you're gonna see him on TV.
Yeah,
Probably.
I did
Yeah,
hear
I
that he
think,
might
yeah.
end up in a booth.
Everybody say he'd probably be on TV next year, which would be
Oh,
cool.
and the Steelers owner, they asked about Rodgers, and he didn't sound like he was saying he doesn't want Rodgers, but he was like, Aaron Rodgers' decision to play for us was largely predecessed on wanting to play with Mike Tomlin. So I don't know if he's going to want to come back.
And based on Aaron Rodgers' words at the press conference afterwards, he's like, "I got to play for 2 of the best franchises in the NFL, and I'm just glad that I was able to do it." He just sounded like he's like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Well, I think as much as he's still a great quarterback, he's still got the mind and he can still make throws. There are definitely times where you saw him try to escape and he got caught. Normally, it'd be 5 years ago, you'd have got away from him. And I think he's seeing I don't have.
Yeah, he can't run anymore.
Regular season, I have more than enough for this, but now that I'm back in the playoffs, I'm realizing I don't have enough for this.
Yeah, he really and.
Now, I mean, if you put him on a team like Minnesota, which that's a crazy
But
team to
that's
consider.
still his out. Running is his out, and he
That's
doesn't really
true.
know what. You can see him when he goes to do it.
Or even in Atlanta where they got a lot of pieces, and he should be able to just orchestrate. But you would have to put stars around him for
He's not
him.
going to go to Atlanta, and they still as much as
that's
their own
true.
cousins.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Rodgers is going for pretty low.
Even still, and then I feel like Cousins did much better. I think he has promise for next year.
I will say that and especially the more he played, I started seeing him get a little bit more flow with it. By the end of the year, they were kind of beating people.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was competition, so
Yeah. So it almost makes you wonder what would have happened if he would have had the whole year.
A little bit.
Either way, we'll have to see on some of that. All we know is that this year coming up will be the first time we don't have Mike Tomlin coaching in the league.
I think isn't it a little crazy though that that whole division there's only
Except
the Bengals.
the freaking Bengals.
The Bengals is the
Well,
only one
she was
that
questioning that because she's like, I feel like he's probably the most. I'm like, do you? You think it's the head coach's fault that they didn't sign Trey Hendrickson until
you
like
think he wanna
damn near
leave?
in this? Well, now he might want to leave. He might be like,
Clothing is
oh wait, I'm not fired.
Oh, shit.
Steelers job is open. Like, come on, you know how bad that organization
how
is.
rare
Look what I did.
how is it rare? Where rare is it that one division has 3 vacancies?
That's what
That's
I'm saying.
crazy.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, almost everybody in our division is looking for at least
A
coordinator.
coordinator.
Washington got rid of both of theirs. Philly just got rid of
What was
Patullo.
that Hard Knocks? I could not watch that. It's about
Oh, it's so
sucking.
pathetic.
NFC East, I didn't
It's
watch
so
it. I
pathetic.
didn't
It's
watch
about how awful.
To be fair, if we
Even
watched
the
it as
winners-
you went,
it.
it probably wouldn't be that hard. But
That's all
knowing
I
it
watched.
never gets better,
I
it's just
know.
gloom and doom
Yeah,
the whole
it's
show. It's
the whole-
terrible.
We know we got more in us.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we know you don't.
No,
We know you don't.
That is it. Like, because they even like almost. Like, I felt like they were predicting the Philadelphia end.
Demise. Like, yeah, pretty much everything they were saying, because we watched like the first
It's
episode.
about to like crumble.
It's looking like the other, a year ago, and I think, but we got more that we can pull out. And we're sitting there like, no, you don't.
They're talking. They're all looking like.
I ain't
Bro,
working a
you
job
lying.
after this shit. Like,
They were trash.
yeah,
It was bad. Like I'm serious. I was like, I can't watch this.
just atrocious. But we did have some. I guess happy. I was about to say happier news than somebody leaving the game, but like, I guess if you're some of these teams, it wasn't very happy.
Oh no.
Pittsburgh wasn't happy. That's how we
No.
got to the last conversation.
Yeah.
But we had some really good games. So
the
even
Panthers almost pulled that out.
Yeah.
Like
I really do. I agree with you. I think this was one of the most competitive wild card weekends I've seen in a very long time.
it was good.
But
I mean, it went to
It came down to last
it came to the
drive,
wire.
2-minute drill, 2-minute possession. Who's going to score?
clutch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
Like-
Eagles lost.
Oh, so wonderful.
I'm so glad. I knew they were going to lose.
But,
They
uh,
kept having like was the NFC watch party like because they hate both teams. I'm like, I don't hate Niners more than I
Nearly.
hate Eagles.
They've had so many ups and downs, and then with all the injuries this year, I almost pity them.
And it's been so
I can't even
long
hate on
since
Then they lost Kittle in the game.
Yeah,
for the year.
yeah, it's crazy. So
But
and they still won because this Niners team is insane. Like
Look, that next man up mentality there
It-
is
it-
insane.
they're
I mean,
like-
yeah, I've seen it places, but never to that level. Even New England, once they started getting that level of injury, you'd be like, yeah.
oh, they're out. Yeah, it's done.
Like
How-
the year Tom got hurt.
Kyle Shanahan can make anyone fit in that system.
Clearly, because clearly, like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And Caleb Williams may be the most clutch player of all time. Like,
Oh, his comeback game.
I don't know I don't know what he does. That 4th and 8 on one
on the
foot,
run,
yeah.
1 foot over.
Yeah,
oh my God, that was one of the most
He gave
beautiful.
me Romo vibes. To
Yeah.
be able to come back like that,
That
that
was-
they were starving them. Like the game's not over
Until it's over. And
Like-
he's just, they keep being like, well, are you going to be able to keep coming back? Like, oh, apparently.
He's done it all season.
It's-
Ben Johnson has them believing.
Yeah.
And I know
Good, better, best.
I know. Yeah, I know. I love their chant. Good, better, best. It's amazing.
Yeah. That I don't even know how to comment on it because I can't like, well, it's the way they. Nah, it's just grit and tenacity, push until the end.
Mm-hmm. All 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I hate the Bills.
Oh
I
man,
really wanted the Jags.
I thought Trevor Lawrence was going to do it, but you know what?
Josh Allen just turned into Superman. He
It
was
wasn't
not.
even just that. Okay, because the Jags weren't playing. They were hitting. They were hitting them hard. They were trying to kill Josh Allen, and he still
Yeah.
like gave his best.
Y'all forgot the kryptonite.
Because
but
he put the S on his chest.
But
so-
the
Yeah, he
one
did.
pick, oh my God, I can't remember his name. He slid. There were two Jaguars. He slid, and that was the interception. So I won't say it was my brain is
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. But it was still, even with that, it was
The Jags
so
were competing.
close. They were competing.
No, I mean, they were not. It wasn't the Jags that you usually used to seeing.
And they were
No,
hitting.
not at
they
all.
And
were
Liam
hitting
Cohen has
hard.
them coached up well, so they're going to be formidable, I believe, in the future.
Oh
It's the playoffs.
man, I'd hate to be in the AFC South.
Yeah. And why is that? Oh, because but then they were
The Jags and the Texans.
yeah, but then the Jags
And then the Colts, if Daniel Jones don't break a leg.
The lady tried to make them him feel.
Oh
better.
yeah. She's like, he did a good job. Yeah.
I can't believe all the like. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put one on here with this. You are a sports journalist. You are not covering war in Iraq. You are not covering cancer in a foreign country. This is a more laxed field. Pull the stick out your ass and stop being a jerk. It was a wonderful moment, and that's how sports people
And
are.
you could tell he needed it.
He did.
He felt crushed.
He
Like,
felt like he needed
like,
it.
and what's the one? I don't understand. Why was it so frowned upon her giving him credit?
They're saying it's unprofessional to use what's used for questions that are used to build articles. But like I just said, it's a football. Yeah, it's football. You put the fluff piece in with it.
You put it.
And I guess also, and that's what's wrong with people. Sometimes, what's wrong tells somebody, making somebody feel like.
Well, Pat McAfee said it on his show. Was it Monday after that happened? He said it, and it's true. A lot of people get into sports writing as a journalist because they think it's an easy springboard to get to what they call real journalism, which I agree. It is more real journalism. You know, the hard-hitting stuff, the political stuff. But when you're in a field and you don't really care about the field or like the field, you do things that are going to contradict the field because you think it makes you look saucy.
Yeah.
So they're being
edgy. Yeah.
But that stuff doesn't work in things like sports, fashion, music. You just look like a jerk.
Yeah. And then she probably like a Jag paper anyway. So
It's a local Jacksonville newspaper.
This is my team.
Like news outlet. Like,
so why can't you know?
Shut up. But when you get guys that want to pretend they're Walter Cronkite, when no, you're a sports reporter. You're the Pat Sajak of journalists. Like, stop it. I get it. Your career either isn't where you want it or didn't go where you want it, and now you're bitter and miserable.
People want to be there, but...
and they don't get mad about stuff like that. All the people that want to be there thought this was awesome.
And she was happy about being there. So
She's gotten a bunch of interviews now. She's been on all kinds of shows. Mm-hmm. She's getting all kinds of clout. She's gonna be famous as hell now. Kevin Hart interviewed her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because they're like, "What do you say?" Basically, what did you like? In a very nice, sweet way that she said, "Screw y'all."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with her.
It was my time. They gave me the floor, and I spoke.
And I thought he just needed words of encouragement.
They'll be all right.
I'm sorry. You go back to the 50s or the 60s, and you've got Bart Starr in them, and you got some of them old guys that have been with you covering the team for 20 years, and a coach they may do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are jerks because you're miserable. Stop ruining other people's lives because you don't like being happy. Stop it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That being said, I digress.
I digress.
Chargers Pats.
I don't like what I saw from either. I think both teams look like inept offenses with decent defenses.
That was probably the least flustered game.
I'd say it was all defense because it was mostly field goals and that one Hunter Henry touchdown.
Yeah.
The Patriots going forward, especially who they play next week, that's not going to win the game.
Well, it might because who they play next week is just as bad as them on offense.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, C.J. Stroud.
He was
3 fumbles and 2 picks.
He was most of the Steelers
offensive use.
Yeah, I'm like
giving them all in the red zone.
Yeah, I'm like
playing hard.
That defense gave up at the third quarter. Like, we've been stopping.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Yeah, we did everything.
Because that's the thing. Because I feel like the Chargers the least lustered, but the Steelers game was over quickest. Like this is over. Like I didn't. Yeah.
So I think I texted y'all and was like, I think this is going to start.
The thing about the Chargers that got me is they have all these weapons, but their offensive scheme was piss poor.
And that's why Greg Roman is out of there.
Yeah, because they kept dropping.
Remember where Greg Roman used to be?
Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's thoughts that he might go back, but they got rid of him because that offense sucked.
Exactly.
He's one of the first times they started talking about getting rid of Harbaugh because he didn't want to get rid of him because he's loyal to his coordinators. Yeah. And they were basically like, look, we are going to get rid of you if you don't get rid of him. Like, he is bad. Because I think they gave him, it was like, all right, 1 more year, John. And it was another just absolute trash year of offense. And they were like.
And so then he did the same thing with the defense.
And this time it was just like, John, you're fired.
Yeah, but Scotty said he would have been the coach for one more week, even if they would have won.
Yeah, because they were like, if you made that field goal, what do you think would have happened? It was like the same thing with Tomlin. It would have been maybe one more week. Because basically saying we'd have gone to Houston and got our ass kicked, and I'd have fired him anyway.
Yeah, because we need to, can you win a playoffs?
And you can't. Like,
before you can at least get to the playoffs. Now you're not even
getting there.
To the playoffs.
And you're not winning. We were already mad that you weren't winning in the playoffs, and it was going to happen again. So either way.
Their best year was when he was doing the boot scoot. And like, they got torched. That was their best year.
But now Harbaugh's looking for a new home.
Yes, I mean they acting like the best. When you have like a best friend who's been through they're guys, but you have a friend that's been going through some things, and she got like this real hot date, and now all the girls are trying to like, okay, he just picked her up. Oh, like if she needs this, he's a surgeon. That's how the Giants have been acting about Harbaugh. Okay, he just got in the building. Okay, they put the carpet out for him, and he was so humble. Like
that's because there's like I said, and that's just like I think it's only between me and you.
I think it's only us.
I think it's between Titans and Giants.
Everybody keeps bringing up Atlanta, but one of the staples of his thing of what I want is I want a place with a quarterback. They don't have one. And Michael Penix can't stay healthy. Kirk Cousins old.
And the biggest thing I heard was I always heard him looking at tape of Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. I didn't hear him looking at nobody else.
I heard Eli and Daboll called him to basically tell him that he wants to go catch Dart. Like I thought they were sicing the team, but from what I've heard, they were like, "No, you want to go with Dart." Like Daboll has been so like complimentary of Dart since he's been gone that people are wondering if Harbaugh gets hired and asked him to OC, would he?
He probably would,
and it sounds like he would, and that would be awesome.
That got him all excited.
That would be awesome. We were averaging like 40 points a game with Dart and Daboll. Like, and then Daboll got fired because the defense kept sucking, and the offense did go down a little bit.
Yeah,
but Harbaugh's not going to let the defense suck.
But he's also going to bring in a good DC too.
He is. And our defense is good.
I heard that you guys also will be bringing in Jim Schwartz.
I've heard that too.
Jim Schwartz, do good for Cleveland.
It's all going to be some of these defensive guys. My whole thought process is, it'd be great, but you got to make sure the offense stays good. Who are you bringing in for your OC?
And that's the biggest thing. I want a good head coach, but I need strong coordinators in my team.
Yeah.
That's the problem we've had. Did you hear that we were supposed to be bringing in Arthur Smith again? And I was like, I had him as my OC. I know what he is. He's trash.
Yeah.
I was like, if they bring him back in here, I promise you, I'm just gonna. I'm be a Titans fan, but I'm just not gonna say anything. I just won't say a word.
Who's your team? I don't know. Y'all got Shula coming in Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Salah. I said Shula.
You did say Shula.
Robert Salah is coming in. He's going to go interview with y'all and the Ravens.
I'm cool with that, but like
I think there is a Shula that is being interviewed.
There's Chris Shula.
Yeah.
I'm cool with a strong defensive-minded head coach, but he needs a strong OC to be able to circumvent that. That's the problem.
Who you say? What's his name? Salah. Who you just say?
Salah.
Yeah. I was David. I was like, he don't command enough discipline for me. Like I feel like he wants to be everybody's friend. And that's fine for a little bit.
Well, I think Woody Johnson is a lot more hands-on, so I think there's things he could like. One of the problems that some of the coaches have had in Washington, like especially with RG3, was there was times where they felt they needed to bench him until he got used to like protecting himself better. And Snyder was like, no, put him in. And Woody Johnson does stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I can't really jump on guys because he likes them or he doesn't like them. I got to appease this guy while I'm trying to win, and you can't do that. And
I just know whoever gets Harbaugh, either me or you, will be benefited greatly from it because both our teams need that.
We had our ex-quarterback call him, who also knew him from Ole Miss and had him in the Panicking Academy. We had our ex-coach call him and tell him that our quarterback is great. We had Chris Marr go to his house and have lunch on Sunday. We had Steve Tisch use his private jet. Steve Stefanski came in for an interview. He flew commercial into Newark. We went and picked Harbaugh up in a private jet.
Yeah, see, you know what's funny? Amy's not going to do that. Because you know why? Because Amy fucking sucks.
We had, I think, Jameis and Jackson in the building to talk to Harbaugh so that he knew. The entire staff was there. The entire front office was there to talk to him. He has sat down and had dinner with every person. John Mara is coming in with cancer. to talk to him.
Of course.
They say he's been working like.
They said he's been working
day.
more than he's been working for like a year or two because of the cancer, and he's been in there trying to get home.
Yeah, because he's like, I gotta get this. Yeah,
This is the last chance to see one before,
he's getting old.
Oh, he'd be fine. But he's getting older too, so it's like too cold on that. But yeah, we'll see where Harbaugh goes.
And I want to know how long we're gonna wait to see where these coaches go. Because right now.
Well, I think it's going to be a domino effect of Harbaugh. Okay. I think everybody's going to hold off.
And then
then as soon as Harbaugh's like
they'll know who
Tennessee, New York, whatever,
then
everybody's going to start.
Can they still hire him within this season, even though we're in the postseason? That's why I was always questioning.
Because he's fired.
That's true. Okay.
Technically, if we fired Daboll and y'all were like, screw this, fired your coach, you could have hired Daboll like right there on the spot.
Okay.
Like mid-season's week 8 if he's fired. I mean, I guess technically you could trade. It's just who's going to trade their coaches in the middle of the season.
No,
we'll never see that.
Weird, yeah.
Takes the whole offseason to get everything together. That's weird.
You never thought you'd see Harbaugh getting hired as another coach because you didn't think he'd be kicked out of the playoffs this early.
Well, he didn't make the playoffs.
They didn't make the playoffs. They didn't make playoffs last year either.
No, they did. Yeah, remember last year?
They got first exit.
They lost early in the round. They lost very early. Remember the Chiefs? No, the Chiefs beat them. The Chiefs beat them. Last year was the year that they faced the Texans and beat the Texans first round, and then the Chiefs beat them.
That was 2 years ago.
No, that was 2 years ago.
Oh, then last year they still who they lose to? The Bills?
I don't remember.
I don't think they made it last year.
They made it last year.
Yeah,
they made it last year. They lost.
But yeah, it was bad too.
Mm-hmm.
But
hey,
oh yeah, remember Mark Andrews dropped that
2-point
ball,
conversion.
the 2-point conversion in the end zone. I don't remember who they were playing, but he dropped the 2-point conversion. Isaiah Likely had his foot on the back of the end zone, and they lost. Yeah, it was the Chiefs because it was another one of them where like, y'all got lucky. Y'all got lucky, but yeah. All right, well, now we're out of the wild card into the divisional round, and we got 2 games Saturday that we got to go ahead and talk about. Bills Broncos is the first one, and then Niners Seahawks comes up after that. I think I'm taking the Broncos over the Bills. I don't think Josh Allen's going to keep doing it by himself.
I'm going Bills because I picked them to be my Super Bowl.
I got Broncos. You know me. I think either one could win this, but
well, yeah,
I got the Broncos
because I think Denver's offense is completely fraudulent.
Yeah, I got the Broncos. Well, their defense is really good.
The defense is what's been winning them games.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the Bills.
I have the Broncos though, but go ahead.
All right, and with the Niners Seahawks, it is so hard to pick. I'm going to pick the Seahawks because we saw what they just did to them, and they've been able to kind of take advantage of their weaknesses, and they're so good.
It's a really good defense.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks in this one. Niners, you've had a great season, and hats off to you. But I just don't see you guys don't have you don't have enough in the tank. I don't think. Not
to. Your defense can't stop the running game over there.
They're such a weird team, though. Even when there's nothing in the tank, they found a drop. Like they still win. Like
I mean, that's true. That is 100% true.
Like this is a very odd team. Like, and when they win, it's not like Philly were like, well, yeah, they won. No, they win.
Yeah, you're like, wow, that was impressive.
And you're like,
yeah, how
did you win? Like, and then 2 more people get hurt, and you're
like, all right, well, that has to be it. And then no, they impressively won again.
Fred Warner got hurt.
I thought that was it. I knew that was the end of it. I was like, all right, your corners are hurt, your receivers are hurt, your quarterback's banged up. What's his name? Your line's kind of banged up. You're done.
I knew that was it. I knew it was like, oh, damn, that's it.
He might be back. If they win this weekend, he might be able to play by championship weekend.
Really?
Yeah. He's practicing. He is practicing right now.
He looks so much like my cousin. It's crazy. That's crazy.
I still can't believe it.
It's ridiculous. If they pull this off, they will be one of the greatest teams.
I have Seattle.
I have Seattle as one of the greatest coaches of all time. But yeah. Oh God, we all took Seahawks, so that means the Niners are going to win.
I would not be shocked. The Packers, though, at one point I was like, "See, I told you
they just won't lose."
When I was watching it, I was like, Tiffany's right again. I was like 21-3. I'm like, no, and I'm like, there's no way. And then I just sat there and watched. I was like,
oh yeah.
Well, I mean, just with how Caleb's been all year, I was like, well, I'm not counting
it's not over until it's over, yeah.
I'm like, he doesn't lose until it's over.
And then when he threw that to DJ Moore, and I was like, oh yeah, they don't got it.
Touchdown. That's it.
Yeah,
game over.
And they hit red zone defense. They held them. Remember the Packers were in the red zone. They was That's what it is.
Yeah. But
you know what? Matt LaFleur really doesn't do good in the playoffs.
he does not, and a lot of Packers fans are starting to get really sad.
Lost with Rodgers.
I said that. I was like, you think? Because I was like, you think he might be a problem? He keeps losing.
I think the Packers are trying to give him an extension. They said supposedly.
They said they're working on it, but the only thing people are worried about, or not worried about, but say with that is kind of like if the coach wants to extend, the team wants to extend. There's no cap.
What's the problem?
Why aren't they extending? The only thing can be is he's asking the price higher than what they think, which means they don't think you're that great.
I mean, because
and after this loss, I'm sorry, you might want to come down on your asking price because
they beat Dallas 2 years ago. They beat Dallas, but then they lost that big lead
to San Francisco the next week.
They stopped running the ball.
They can't hold on to leads.
They can't. Yeah.
They're the worst second half team I've ever seen.
And I'm starting to see.
Philly can own that.
Well, yeah, Philly can give you.
Yeah. Philly just doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Second half.
They're like, oh, the game's over.
They're one of the worst.
If they're losing the
but
first
I'm
half,
talking about more than just this year. Like since Matt LaFleur took it over, they're one of the worst second half teams. Most of their wins, they blow you out by the first 3 quarters, and then.
And the problem is their defense doesn't hold up. That's the biggest problem. It is. They don't hold up. I don't know what the problem is. Like their defense didn't even seem like it was that banged up. I mean, obviously besides Micah being out this year,
and they no longer have Kenny Clark.
So
they're inside.
Hey, better go to the draft or trade.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see, and
so
hopefully these will be some good games.
Great divisional weekend that we have for wild card.
Yeah, I think this will be really good football.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Well, praying for no blowouts.
You know? Well, y'all, go ahead and hit us on here and give us your thoughts on who you think is going to win or where you think Harbaugh needs to end up in some of this coaching carousel. Go ahead and like, share, comment, Twitter, Instagram. My brain blanked for a second. I can't remember other things you have to do on there.
Subscribe.
Harbaugh, to the Titans.
And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.